In this video, we're going to solve a couple of right triangles to practice that skill. So we'll start here with example 2. Solve triangle ABC given B equals 5, A equals 2, and angle B is 90 degrees. So I've said it many times in class, when we start these problems, we start with a sketch. We want to know where our pieces in the triangle are. So we draw a 90-degree angle, so a right triangle, and then we need to label it. And the only angle that needs to be labeled correctly, I'll say, is the 90-degree angle. If you get that right, then where the other letters are, it doesn't really matter. So in this case, we're told B is the 90-degree angle, so here's B. And then we have A and C, so we can call this C and this A, or the other way around, these two don't matter. And now we put our other information. So B here equals 5, and A is 2, so that's over here. So we are given three pieces. We need to find three pieces. We need to find C, angle A, and angle C. So if we go ahead now and start solving, the easiest thing to solve for first is perhaps the side that's missing. So we know that B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared from Pythagorean theorem. So C is going to be the square root of B squared minus A squared if we solve for C. And if we substitute in our two pieces, then we get 5 squared, which is 25, minus 2 squared, which is 4. So C is the square root of 21. And we can leave square root of 21, or we can approximate it. So if we go to our calculator, square root of 21 is equal to 4.6, since we're talking about two decimal places here, or two significant digits here. So 4.6. Alright, so that's side C. Now we're missing two angles. So if we start with A, the things we were initially given were over here, which is opposite of A, and this side here, which is the hypotenuse. So we have opposite and hypotenuse, and hopefully that makes you think of sine. So the sine of A then is going to be opposite over hypotenuse, which is 2 over 5. So sine of A is 2 over 5, which means A is going to be the sine inverse of 2 over 5. And that means that A is equal to, well, let's go back to our calculator, sine inverse 2 over 5, and that is 24 degrees, because again, two significant digits. So we have angle A, we have side C, so now we need angle C. Well, angle C, we know two other angles. We know all three angles is 180 when we add them together. So if we add all the angles, we get 180. So 180 minus 90 minus 24 gives us angle C. So angle C is 66 degrees. So there's angle C, angle A, and side C. So we'll move to example 3. Solve triangle XYZ given side Z, angle Z, and angle Y. So again, we draw the triangle, put in the right angle. We're told that that's Y, so this is Y. Other ones doesn't matter, so let's say Z and X. And we know this is 36 degrees, and we know side Z, so this one over here, is 9.0. So we start solving pieces. This time we'll start with the angle. Since angle X, we know all the angles added together are 180. Subtract 90, subtract 36, gives us angle X, which is 54 degrees. So we can add that to our diagram. This is 54. So that's angle X. Now we need to find the other two sides. Well, if we look at side X here, X is the adjacent side, and 9 over here is opposite. So if we have adjacent to 36 and opposite to 36, then we know the tan of Z, or 36 in this case, is equal to opposite, which is 9, over X. cross multiply, and we get x multiplied by the tan of 36 is equal to 9. And x then has to be 9 over tan 36, which we check on our calculator. 9 divided by tan of 36 degrees gives us 12, since we're rounding to 2 decimal places, or to 2 significant digits. So there's x is 12. If x is 12, we can use Pythagorean theorem to find the hypotenuse. So y squared has to be x squared plus z squared, which in this case means y is going to be the square root of 12 squared, which is 144, plus z squared, which is 81. So y is going to be the square root of 225, which is 15. Of course, these are rounded answers. They're not exactly 12 and 15, but rounded to 2 significant digits. These are the correct answers. So that's the answer for example 3. We'll stop this lesson here. We'll solve the next two in the following lesson. If you have any questions, come see me and get some help, and we'll see you in the next lesson.